4th class. Yoko's corpse, delivered without warning throughout the school. The students gathered without explanation in the gym. The headmaster appearing on screen to announce an emergency situation and then turning up dead. The gray dome enclosing the school. The scarecrow appearing for no apparent reason in the sealed-off building. And now, the students shot dead if they tried to escape. What is going on outside? How humiliating. It would seem that things are worse than we ever expected. If only I'd stop him. There was nothing we could do that we didn't, Cora. The last thing we need to do now is start mourning what we've lost. You don't intend to give up now, do you? No, I'm fine. We have to keep going. I think we should keep quiet about this to everyone in the gym. We can explain to them after we figured out what to do. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. Our one chance at escape turns out to be the one-way ticket to the sticks. Or across the sticks. There's nothing we can do but search for clues inside the school. Where shall we go next? Let's go back to the maintenance office. Mr. 1 might have that file open. Very well. We return to the maintenance office and explain what's outside Mr. 1. I suppose it's what's outside Mr. 1. I see. It seems that our worst predictions have come to bear their evil fruit. Our worst predictions? Do you know something? We can predict things without knowing what or that they will happen. Confusing predictions with reality can be fatal, young one. I've been wondering for a while. Mr. 1, are you really just a maintenance worker? An innocent student was shot. I suppose it's time I introduce myself properly. J.B. Leone. Or rather, Leone J.B. I am Leone J.B., one of the great soaring wings of the Dove Party, S-Class agent. Pleased to meet you. The Dove Party? It looks like a cockatiel to me. I have heard of this Dove Party, the secret organization that advocates living in harmony with humans, correct? You are well informed, young one. It's a noble's duty to be well informed. I feel like I must have missed something. There are two schools of thought driving the politics of today. The Dove Party, who believes we should live peacefully with humans, and the Hawk Party, who believes we should exterminate them. Exterminate? But I thought the wars with humans were over. Do you really believe that everyone just decided to live happily together? Sadly, that is not how the world works. There's still many disagreements between birds and humans, and so the hawks and the doves have come to the fore. We discovered hawk activity at this school, and so I was dispatched to investigate. And what we feared would happen has happened. Wait a minute. Are you saying the Hawk Party has something to do with St. Pigeonations? It seems hard to believe. This school is known for its tolerant policies towards humans. You're welcome to Sokka as a representative. I cannot confirm or deny it, but there are a growing number of Hawk operatives attached to the school. The headmaster's secret file will probably answer some of your questions. Oh, you got it open. Thank you. I should speed things up a little. Let's look inside. The human representative. To help humans and birds advance hand and feather towards a bright and happy future, we have decided to enroll one human in the school starting of the year 2187. They will be the human representative. The pandemic has long since ended, but we must nonetheless be cautious of the risk of infection with Sumatera influenza when making our selection. We will pick a strong, healthy 15-year-old human who displays hereditary resistance to Sumatera influenza. The human representative. This is talking about Tosaka, no matter how we look at it. 2187, that's when we enrolled here. Come on, let's read the rest. The chosen individual will be a symbol of human concession, to wit, a hostage for birds. If the representative is to die in the school, the entire campus will be sealed off, and all the birds inside will be given to the humans as prisoners. The seal will be lifted 12 hours after the death is confirmed, and the birds will be delivered to the humans. The school will be declared an extraterritorial zone, and avian protests of any human reprisal will not be tolerated. If Hiyoko was to die... So her death was connected to the dome after all. And the important part is this final gruesome exchange. Basically, if anything happens to Hiyoko, the representative of humanity, then the entire school takes the blame. So it would seem. The trap is in here to give to the humans, or to give humans the time to arm themselves. The dome will open in a few hours, but what awaits us outside is a horde of bloodthirsty monkeys. They're humorous. It's not humorous at all. So, this was the true face of her enrollment here. I'd rather not think that this whole thing was arranged to wind the divide between humans and birds from the start. Indeed, things here go deeper than we ever realized. As you know, this school's public stance is very liberal on the human cohabitation issue. In fact, the school's principal financier, the Ichijo Group, has been heavily involved in human charities for the past 20 years. I have investigated the history of St. Pigeonations extensively, and have confirmed that it was founded with the ideal of coexistence with humans. But the Hawk Party has been sending agents here for a long time, eating away at the system, like a dreadful virus. We have had information about this document for some time. It is real. It's kind of hard to take all this in at once. Just to make sure, for 12 hours the dome will remain closed. During that time, humans will gather to take revenge. And then, when the dome opens, they will kill every bird in sight. And with that, another era of war between birds and humans will begin. The student who got shot when he flew out the hatch. There are already humans waiting out there with guns. She was discovered this morning and the dome raised soon after. So the time is not from when she died, but from when her death is confirmed. The evacuation was about 2 hours ago. Yeah, it was right at the start of the second period, around 10 o'clock. And so we have until 10 p.m. before we're killed. You seem awfully calm, Sakuya, even after watching somebody get shot. Remain calm, Kawara. Do nothing but worry about what's gone wrong, and you'll be next. I do not know who did this, but they will rue the day they decided to tangle with a labelle. What time is it, Mr. Leon? Just past 2. We only have 8 hours then. 8 hours. We have to find an escape route in 8 hours or we'll be killed. But if we go outside, we'll be killed anyway. Just getting outside isn't enough. There has to be another way. My dictionary does not contain the word impossible. I shall continue the investigation. You're very decisive, Sakuya. I'm glad you're here. Do not attempt to flatter me, Kawara. I'm not. I mean it. We found the connection between Hiyoko's death and the dome. There's clearly some sort of intrigue behind it all. I don't want to die without knowing the truth. we'd better go now. We have to solve this before we run out of time. You are promising that. If I were to give you a piece of advice, well, don't miss the forest for the trees. Don't miss the forest for the trees. Sakia, there's one more file. Operation Hatoful? What is that? I don't know. That's what it says on here. The bottom half is torn off. We can't read it at any rate. I don't feel like it has anything hopeful anyway. It's an awfully friendly name for a confidential document, though. Stupid Japanese. Look, it's spelled hurtful. Whoa, it is. I suppose now is a good time as any to explain the name Hatoful. Hato is pigeon, so it could be pigeonful. It's also a play on heartful or hurtful. That Hatoful just meant hurtful. Exactly. I suspect that we will find many. Let me retry that. I suspect that we'll find many of the things to come quite quite hurtful. Right. It was probably something important, given that it was in the locked file. Indeed. I hadn't heard of this hurtful thing before, but you might want to look into the school's history. A school's history? At any rate, the headmaster must have known what would happen after Tosaka died. The escape hatch was no doubt put in place to allow him alone to escape. Which means that maybe he had a guarantee of safety for himself? I don't want to suspect an elder, but it does look that way. Everything going on here is connected. We may well find something of use for the records. Right, let's go look at the school documents then. I'm not the only Dove agent in this school. I'm sure the other will help you as well. Good luck, gentlemen. Time to go look for more clues. Maybe we should write in the notes first. Mr. Leon said to investigate the school's history, but how? Where do we look? The headmaster's office, or the library, perhaps. We already looked through the headmaster's office. Did you see anything like the school records or anything? I would have thought they would be there, but I don't recall seeing any. The library it is, then. And the mystery we have left to solve is the bloodstained stranger Oko saw going into the infirmary yesterday. Exactly. Or with the headmaster dying, an army of gun-toting bipeds showing up to turn us all into chicken, and it all... I almost forgot about it. And the scarecrow. We still don't know where he came from. He appeared to have been... he appeared along with the dome, and no doubt it is connected to it. If we continue to investigate it, I am sure his origins will become clear. Tosaka's gruesome end is the best clue we have. For now, we should forget the puppet and chase after the blood-stained bird. Right. That's decided then. We'll go to the library to read up on the school's history and we'll look for that bird. It probably doesn't matter, but what should we do first? Go to